Hey, what is going on? Draw2 crew, Ramny here with another type of video. This time is not a tutorial video, it is actually a reaction video. And I haven't done one of these reaction videos in a while, but I'm actually accompanying it with a drawing. And this time we are going to be drawing Thanos. I'm going to be drawing Thanos as I discuss Avengers Infinity War. So this is going to be my spoiler-free Avengers Infinity War review. If you guys have not seen Infinity War, you're safe here. I'll be as vague as possible. I'm not going to reveal any details. And if you guys have seen it, please do not spoil the movie in the comment section. Yeah, please respect the fact that others have not yet watched Avengers Infinity War. So, having said all of that, let's get started with the drawing and let's get started with the review. Right off the bat, you guys, I will say that this was an amazing film. I really liked it, and I would rank it probably up there in my top 3. I would say that, you know, it would probably be there with the first Avengers movie and Civil War. And that's how much I liked Infinity War. Now, this is a huge movie, and the Russo brothers, the directors, they had a huge task, and I think for the most part they accomplished that task. Now, this movie isn't without its flaws. It's not a perfect movie, but I really can't see another way for them to make this film. This was such a huge film for Marvel, for everything. Like, they had to introduce new characters like the Black Order. They had to put new all the characters together, Avengers characters, Guardians of the Galaxy characters, people from the old movies, people from the new movies are all here, like M'Baku is here, and old movie like yeah, like the old Avengers is here. It's like crazy the amount of people that they had to play with and needed the screen time in order for and at the same time create like this coherent story, and at the same time introduce Thanos. This was wow. Like, I was blown away. The 2 times that I saw it, just completely blown away by everything. Now, like I said, it's not without its flaws. I actually made a list here of the things that I liked about the movie and things I didn't like about the movie. So let's make a list. First, I'm going to talk about the things that I liked about the movie. Okay, number 1, and it's the biggest one, is definitely the villain. Now, Marvel has corrected itself, I think, with the villains. A lot of the criticism was that Marvel didn't really take care of their villains. We had like a handful of memorable ones like Loki and Killmonger, but for the most part, none of the villains really matched up to the heroes. But Marvel corrected themselves, and I think this is definitely the best comic book villain, up there with Heath Ledger's Joker. I think I would put Thanos up there with Heath Ledger. I think character-wise, I'd even put Thanos up there instead of the Joker. That's how much I love this new villain, this Thanos character. His motivations aren't just, I'm going to rule the galaxy. It's more not even sincere. It has more altruistic reasons for it. Like, he actually is doing this, he's convicted, and he feels like it's the right thing to do, and he doesn't just want to rule it, he just wants to correct it. And that's the thing too, is that you understand where he's coming from and you feel for him. He's a very 3-dimensional character. He cries, he gets angry, he laughs, he's a dad to Gamora, and that relationship is highlighted here as well. So definitely Thanos up there. Amazing. Okay, the next thing is the action, and the action is non-stop. Like, from the beginning of the movie all the way to the very end, there's just nothing but just action set piece and an action set piece and action set piece. But they're not just like random action set pieces. They move to push the plot along, so there's purpose for each of them. And in each of those action scenes, a character's, like, you see a character get highlighted. You see shining moments, like bright moments in each of the characters. So, like, for example, you get to see a bunch of oh man, I'm trying not to spoil it here, but you see Captain America. You see this in the trailers, but like, you see Captain America's fight scene. You see Black Panther in his awesome fight scene. You see Thor in a fight scene, and it's just all amazing. And you see Thanos fight, and whoa, Like he just doesn't talk the talk. He can also walk the walk, you guys. He is definitely a formidable villain, a really nasty guy that you don't want to piss off. So the action is there from the beginning all the way to the very end. It's like you're at the edge of your seat. It's just crazy. Everything's happening at once, and you get to see all of the superheroes be super heroic. It's just so cool. And yes, a couple of standouts, people that stood out are definitely Thor. Thor stands out in this for me. Doctor Strange stands out. Iron Man has some really good scenes. And yeah, did I mention Doctor Strange? Doctor Strange and Spider-Man too. But there's also some surprises. There's a lot of surprises of characters doing things, character motivations. There are some that genuinely caught me by surprise. I had no idea. I did not expect this to come from them. And I don't know, it's without getting into details, it's really hard for me to explain who, but there's just some characters who are just like, wow, that's awesome. So we definitely have that here. The special effects is also amazing. Now there's a couple of scenes where, like I said, where the special effects is, you kind of see it, but for the most part, this is not Steppenwolf. When you see Thanos, he's a fully rendered CGI character. He is not Steppenwolf. Like you see his skin, you see all the details, you see him. He does not look, he looks real. It looks like everybody's interacting with a real character. It doesn't look like he's CG'd there after the fact. So kudos to the special effects team. Everything, like everybody has their own fighting methods that gets highlighted too, and you just see it. I mean, this is a CGI heavy movie. And for the most part, they pulled it off. All the CGI seems pretty seamless for the most part. There's a couple here and there, but CGI is really good. The plot of this. Now, the plot is essentially a heist. It's a heist film, but in the sense that it's not the heroes trying to take something from the bad guy. It's the bad guy trying to collect everything for himself. So in that sense, it's a heist film. There's a lot of places. You know what I mean? Like the Infinity Stones are in different places in the universe. So the plot goes here and goes here and goes here. Like it goes, Xandar had one, the Collector has an Infinity Stone, right? The Earth has two. And I won't spoil anything else. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But the plot here is essentially Thanos going to all these places and collecting the Infinity Stones. It's a very simple plot. It just gets complicated by the interweaving emotional character arcs. And that's what's awesome, is that this is not just an action movie. Like I would say Avengers, the first Avengers movie, is all out just action. I doubt if there was anything emotional about it, really. But this one is action and emotion, and that's what I love about it, is that there's the plot is heavy with action, but there are also moments of quiet, of moments of people just sitting down and talking. There's quiet moments where you get to see a character's motivations, where you get to see a character develop, and that's what I really like. I think some of the favorite scenes that I had in this movie were not just the action scenes, but also some of those quieter moments, and they use the music really well for the most part. But when there is an absence of music is when those are the really emotional parts. So pay close attention to like when the music stops, because those are just like, it hits you right in the heart. And it's, like I said, it's a very emotional movie. If you are heavily invested in these characters, you will really feel a lot of, like, you will feel the impact of, like there's bound to be people dying. I'm not gonna say who, please don't spoil who, but when it happens, when those happen, you just feel it right in the gut, like just like that. Like it's real, it feels real, So kudos to the writers for that, because that was an amazing feat. They did a really good job with that. Suspense, the ending is hands down one of the best cliffhangers ever, because you just don't know what to expect. I don't know what they're going to do with Avengers 4 after this movie. That's how good the ending is. It leaves, like, even like hardcore fans like myself and comic book fans, it leaves you still in question, like, what is Marvel going to do next? What is Avengers 4 going to be about? This is going to be crazy. So definitely the suspense, what's like, don't get me wrong, like, this was a complete movie from beginning to end. There's a definite ending to this movie, but there's also a lot of uncertainty that you can't wait to be answered at the, like, in the next Avengers movie. So that's very cool. I like that it sets up so many things. It makes you think back to the old movies and see those old characters again. One in particular is very surprising. This movie makes you think back to the previous movies, because it sort of redefines those old movies, most especially, I'd say, Thor Ragnarok, Civil War, with the way that those characters kind of split up. Thor Ragnarok, with the way that Thor Ragnarok ended, and I don't know, even the first Avengers. The first Avengers, because you see two of the stones in the first Avengers movie. All of that sort of just comes together, and it's poetic, you guys. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's talk about the dislikes now. Like I said, it's not a perfect film, and here are some things that I didn't like about it. Number one, there's just no time to breathe. Like I said, there's some quiet moments, but there are some quiet moments where you feel like it was too rushed. I wish that they had explored it a little bit more, but of course, you had to keep going, you had to keep continuing, so it had to go on. So there's just no, it's almost as if, like, the entire 2.5 hours of this movie was just like, I need a quiet moment because my emotions are up here. And not that that's an inherently bad thing. It's just like, all my emotions are up here. I need to bring them down. But no, it's still up here. Now, that's the beauty about Thanos that I didn't mention, was he's one of those villains who you just, when you see him on screen, it feels like it threatens everybody. And what I mean by that is, he seems like the type of guy, he is the type of guy where you have no idea, when he's fighting Iron Man, you have no idea if, like, what's gonna happen. Like you generally feel like this guy is a legit threat to everybody. When he's on screen, you feel like, oh man, someone's gonna die, like someone might die. So this guy feels genuine in that way. A lot of the characters, also, there's so many characters that there's just not a lot of time for all of them to kind of be brought to the spotlight. Yeah, there's more important characters in the plot, a lot of characters that do more than others, but some of the characters, some of the main characters are just like put in the back seat, kind of, because there's not really a lot for them to do plot-wise. So that's another thing, but that's inherent to these crossover things. You don't really get to see all of them shine as much as you want. But they do get their moments, though. I will say that. They do get their moments. And the other thing, too, is... I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't mention this one. I don't think I will. Another thing, too, is what sucks about Avengers... what sucks about the MCU is they kind of tell you in advance what is going to... like, what movies are coming up next. So that kind of spoils some things, too. It makes you look at this movie and say, you know what? This movie's coming up next. Like, there's already planned movies about this character and this character, so that sort of takes away a little bit from watching Avengers Infinity War. So I guess that's one of the things that takes away from this movie too. So there's that. So you guys, I'm going to end it at that. I feel like I almost revealed a lot just by rambling on. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed this Thanos drawing that I did. Here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this drawing right here. It actually took me, in total, because this was a speed drawing, it took me a total of 1 hour and 20 minutes to do this pencil sketch of Thanos. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are of Avengers Infinity War here. And also on my second channel, I'll be posting an Infinity War spoiler-filled review. So if you guys want to get spoiled, if you guys want to talk spoilers, I did a video with my buddy Jacob, whom I went to go see Infinity War with. over on the second channel. So if you guys want to hear us spoil the movie, head on over there. I'll put a link in the description. Anyway, you guys, that is it. If you guys are interested in the tools that I use to make my videos or to do my drawings, such as this one, I have links to those in the description below. Don't forget, you guys can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, Google+, and on my website, drawit2.com. Like this video, comment down below, and of course share this with your friends in social media. That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more so you can learn to draw it too. I'll see you guys in my next video.